My guest this week is Kyle Anderson, host of Awesomely Bad Movies. He's also a columnist over at Nerdist.com. He does a lot of Doctor Who stuff, so if you type Doctor and Who into your Google machine, his name will probably pop up somewhere. And he's also the host of a million podcasts. I mean, it's almost literally a million podcasts if you go on iTunes and look him up. It's really ridiculous. I just want to wish happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you may celebrate to everybody who's watching. And don't forget to follow on Twitter at Ron Purtee. Visit ronpurtee.com for all sorts of goodness. Next week is the season finale, and we got a doozy for you. But I'll let you see that next week. So, without any further ado, here's my interview with Kyle Anderson of Awesomely Bad Movies. Kyle, this is what, number 3 or 4 for you being on the program?
Yeah, something like that. It might be 3. 3?
Works
4,
for
I
me.
don't remember. Doesn't matter.
You've entered like a John Goodman-esque club, like on SNL, because a lot of people probably wouldn't get that. But we're here to talk about Awesomely Bad Movies, sir.
Yes, we are. Yes.
It is back, and I won't lie, the first episode I saw was the Green Lantern episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back and watched them all. I have to kind of disagree with you about Swamp Thing, unless it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta... I enjoy watching Swamp Thing also, but sometimes you just gotta find the humor in it. And it is a silly movie, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And it is sort of like, I mean, I kind of play a character, I feel like, on the show. It's not necessarily just me saying these things. It's whatever the guy with the tweed jacket on really is who it is. So whoever that guy is.
You need a pipe.
I wish I had a pipe.
A bubble pipe. That'd be perfect.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
It really would.
Man.
But now let's go back for a little bit for people who don't know, who aren't in the know. How did Awesomely Bad Movies start?
Well, I was writing for a website called Modern Primate, which the website doesn't really exist anymore. You could still go to it, but and I was writing these things called Awesomely Bad Movies, which is what I like doing anyway, which is kind of making fun of bad movies or dissecting bad movies. Then My Damn Channel, which is like a parent company of Modern Primate, wanted to produce some videos of them. So we did that. When was that? Sometime in 2011, we shot 3 of them. And then actually like last January, so January of this year, we shot another several. But then there was all this issue with like the name, the brand name and all this stuff. And so there's a bunch that are just sitting waiting to come out. But now we're, releasing a bunch of them and making new ones, and it's a lot of fun. We just shot a whole bunch yesterday as we record this. So, yeah, you look forward to that. That's I'm really excited that it's back. I really enjoyed doing them, and I like that so many people seem to be enjoying watching them also.
Now, there seems to be a big rights issue with YouTube now. They've become, I don't want to say anything bad because you're watching this on YouTube. Hi. But there seems to be a big kind of, I don't want to call it douchebaggery, but they tend to be really hardcore about taking things down now that have copywritten content. Do you guys come into any kind of issues with that? Because you do take quite a few clips from the movies. We do, yes, but I believe a certain amount is under fair use because we're not making money off of anything, and we're not promoting anything. We're not doing anything like that. We're just basically taking clips of the movies and doing comedy skits around them. And how many other shows do stuff like that and are pretty much okay? So ones that actually do generate revenue. Yeah, and that makes me wonder because I sit there and I'll watch something like Half in the Bag. Yeah. And I wonder how they get away. I mean, granted, it starts off on Blip, I think, and then it goes over to YouTube after a week or so. But I wonder how they get away with this because they show huge chunks, and they're making money. Yeah, they are. But a lot of that too is that they can't. They're not selling the reviews that have clips in them or anything like that. That's necessarily. But there's like advertising. I'm not going to pretend I know how any of that works, but I think there's a degree of fair use that goes into making videos like that using clips as long as X, Y, and Z. You're not making money directly from pirating it. You're taking and using
to create something new, essentially. But you're not. It's not like a blatant plagiarism is the word.
We'll go with that word. Yeah,
One of them words.
We'll pick a word out of the thin air.
Yep.
And it's good to go. But because I know a lot of people have, like myself included, I did a review of The Conjuring, and I just used the trailer and bits from it. And I tried doing a funny review, and YouTube had an issue with it. Like, okay, it's a trailer. I'm not going to make any money off the damn trailer.
Right.
So but that's neither here nor there. Awesomely bad movies. How many can you shoot in a day?
Well, yesterday we shot 5 in a day.
Now, is that including the voiceover that you do over the edit-ins?
No. So generally, the way that we make those is I'll pick a movie, pick a handful of movies usually. The crew on this is really small. It's me and a director and an editor. Basically, that's who it is. I write. So I'll watch the movie. Usually these are movies I've seen before, but I'll watch and kind of make notes, and then I'll go through and kind of outline the kind of stuff I want to write, and assign time code to clips I want to use and things like that. So then I'll hand the script over, and then if they okay it, then they'll be like, all right, and then I'll record the voiceover so that they can start pulling clips, because the voiceover is all just stuff with the clips, so they need to line it all up. So in a lot of cases, all the videos, like the clip footage and the voiceover is kind of lined up before we even shoot anything. Hopefully, if we're on the right schedule. And so then basically it's just my host segment stuff that we can shoot. And some of them have more camera necessities than others. But yeah, so we shot 5 yesterday. That was all like, maybe we were only going to shoot 4, and I was like, I'll write one more so we can, get 5 out of the way. And it was almost too many for my brain and mouth, because I do say a lot of words, even though I'm not on camera all that much. But yeah.
Now, my question is this: have you ever had a script, like have they ever said, no, we should do this one, no, we can't do this one? Any movies that you really wanted to do and they said no? No,
actually, not so far. Luckily, they've been pretty on board with any of that. I kind of do my own like self-editing. I wouldn't do 2 movies that are too similar or anything like that. At least not for a while. And there's some, specific lines or like portions of it, because I tend to overwrite stuff. That's just my way. So we get to the point, when we're shooting, it's like we don't necessarily need this. We can get and then the other 2 guys have sometimes much funnier ideas for jokes that don't rely on my kind of tongue twistery writing. So they and sometimes those are really funny, and we come up with like the sight gags and stuff that you see like there on the day and stuff like that. So it's a very collaborative process, even though a lot of it, at least the early parts, is me just sitting here at my computer typing and like just going slowly fast forwarding through a movie, kind of seeing what's worth making fun of and what isn't.
Right. Now, when what movie do you absolutely feel like you have to do? Because I know someone, when I posted the Green Lantern episode, because I completely agree that it's a horrible film and we need to kill it with fire. Someone said, now do Thor. Is Thor's bad enough to be on awesomely bad movies?
I don't think so. I think there's a degree. Awesomely bad. They're not. They may be terrible movies, but they're fun to watch. That's the main thing. If I really like the most recent Conan the Barbarian, I was physically ill watching that movie. I hated it so much. That's not one I'm going to do, because I literally have nothing good to say about it.
Right.
Or even like I can't. There's no fun for me to be derived from it. Now, so generally I like to enjoy the movie and make fun of it at the same time. I still haven't watched the movie, so I can't even answer any questions about it. But I think we're gonna do After Earth. So I'm gonna have to watch that movie.
You might, and when you watch it, you may decide that you can't do an episode about it because it's going to make you physically ill.
Well, we'll see. Maybe then that'll just be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there are definitely some movies I write about, because I do a column for Nerdist as well called Schlock and Awe, which is kind of a similar thing. But But sometimes I'll watch a movie for that and just be like, oh, what an awful thing.
I think
And
that's
then
where
I'll-
After Earth is going to end up.
Yeah,
We'll
see.
M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
I'm not particularly looking forward to watching that, but we'll see.
I mean,
We'll see how it
it's
goes.
not The Happening.
Man, I tell you what, that movie in the theater, I was just like, when your bad guy is wind. and
Yeah,
pollen.
you're sitting there when Mark Wahlberg is kind of staring at you through the fucking the screen, and you want to stand up and just yell, "Do something!"
Yeah, anything. And then there's the great part where they're outside and they outrun the wind. That's my favorite part of that movie.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
now we can follow you at Functional Nerd.
That's
and
correct.
You can go to youtube.com/Modern Primate to watch awesomely bad movies.
It's Mod Primate, actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It drives a scooter.
It sure is. Yeah. youtube.com/Mod Primate.
There you go, and you can check out the show there. And I don't have any questions for the Indian Council that came with you, Marlon Brando, so we're going to have to... but yeah, thanks for being on. Go check out Awesomely Bad Movies, and we'll have to have you back on soon.
Absolutely, anytime. I love being on your show, Ron.